Welcome to LST Robotics, everyone. My name is Simpier Khatebe and I'll be your host for today. So today I'll be showing you guys a simple auto robot, and so I'm just gonna make this DC motor move. I'm gonna connect this tire to that, just show you just simple automatic movement. It's gonna move by itself. I will not be controlling it. I'll just be doing the coding and the building, and that's pretty much it. Cool. So as you can see over here, I have like a bunch of screws, a bunch of lock nuts over here, all of that. These are the components that I'm going to be using. And for those of you who have heard me on the radio and are coming from the radio, uh, these are pieces of the stack robot, aka Margaret. Anyways, without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into the building. Not much will be said, a few parts will be sped up so that this video doesn't take too long. Anyways, let's get right into it. So first things first, I want to connect all 4 of these so I can get this off the ground. And there we have it, just like that. Our base is now complete. We're gonna put on the Titan cord, which is basically what controls the motors. So there's the Titan cord, there's M1, M2, M3, and M0 on the Titan cord. There's fuses here. This is where you connect your power over here. These fuses are to protect if anything happens so that you don't mess up all the components. And then you can just replace a fuse, kind of like how a car works. So anyways, the encoders go in here according to what Studica does. They just connect the encoders right here. This is an encoder cable, by the way. They connect them here, but I connect my encoders to the Titan quad. To the VMX board, which is what this is. This is basically like the brains of it. It's the computer, as you can see inside. That's what it looks like. It's the brains of all of this. This is where the code is going in and all of that. Basically what we have under this is a Raspberry Pi. For those of you who don't know what a Raspberry Pi is, let me show you. This is what a Raspberry Pi is, which is what's emitting the Wi-Fi connection in order for us to be able to upload the code. You can obviously upload the code through LAN cable, but Wi-Fi is much quicker and it's much more preferable. So we only use the LAN cable when we set up the Raspberry Pi here for Wi-Fi and all of that. But yeah, this is the VMX, and I'm just gonna mount these two probably side by side on this, and then from there we'll go to the next step. So yeah, I'm using the longest screws for the Titan quad. These are the longest screws that come in the kit. They look like this, like that. They're super long. So yeah, we're just gonna put that in. For those of you who have been paying much attention, you'll notice that I only put like a screw here and one here, and I didn't put these two. Sometimes, or let me say, you know what, most of the time when you're building these robots, not all the screw holes align. So you just gotta make sure that it's super secure. So for the best way to make it super secure, you do opposite angles like that, like right across. So when you do right across like this, just like that, it becomes super secure. As you can see, I could lift this whole thing just by pulling on the Titan quad. this side, it's secure, but it's not as secure as this, because if this bends enough, it could just break. But for now, we're not doing too extreme robot work, so this is okay for now. I just put one on this side and the other one on this side, there and there, just like that. And then I didn't put on the opposite side. But with that done, let's put more components. I just wanted to explain that part before I carry on. Now that I've put this on, we're going to take the motor and put the motor mount on, which is what this is. We'll just put it on like that and then align it with the screw holes, and then we're going to screw it right in, nice and tight. One thing that I have to mention that is super important when screwing this in is that you shouldn't tighten one screw and then want to tighten the next screw and all of that, because it creates problems. Now you should tighten them all evenly. So if I'm tightening this one here, I should then tighten the opposite side, but it's not too tight. It's not tight at all. I'm just screwing it down so that it's firm but not tight. So with the motor, it gets a little tricky. If you tighten one and then this one now is no longer fitting, so it creates problems. Now that they're all in properly, that's when I can go one by one and tighten them just like this. So it's important that you keep that in mind. Now with that done, I'm gonna mount the motor to this thing here. So yeah. Oh, I've run into a little bit of a problem. Looks like I have to move this thing to the other side in order to have space when I'm mounting it, just like that. So I want to mount it on this side instead of mounting it on this side where I have no space to mount it properly. As you can see, the Titan quad over there is now giving it a small problem. So let's just fix this. Now finally have this in, and it's looking kind of good. It's looking quite good. It's working out great. Yeah, just get another screw right there. So I could just edit out all my mistakes, but I like to leave them in just to show people that I am human too. I do make mistakes, and you shouldn't penalize yourself too much about making these small mistakes. You could always just fix them. So anyways, what I'm gonna do next is connect this right here. This thing right here will help us connect the wheel to the motor. So let's just get more screws. There's screws that go inside these holes over here. So I'm just gonna connect one here and then the other one. Let me tighten it a little bit. There's my tool. We don't make it too tight because we still have to put it on the motor shaft over here. So we'll just put that in like that. Put it on the motor. Now there's like a little gap in here. there's a small gap there. So basically you can't misalign this on the motor. Don't try to do that, by the way, but I'm just letting you know that this can't be misaligned. Just put it on the motor as it should be put on, and then tighten it once it's comfortably on. It shouldn't be too deep in the motor, otherwise you're gonna have like the motor shaft just sticking out, and we don't want that. So we just tighten this here. So that's what it looks like. Not sure if you can see it, but I'll show it on the other camera as well. This is what it looks like right there. We're now gonna move these cables out the way a little bit. Let's take the encoder cable of the motor, which is this one, the colorful one here. Then ketchup, mustard, and then other stuff. So we'll just connect it to the back of the motor. Once that's connected, we're gonna make everything nice and neat. So let's just throw all these wires right under like that in a hole here and pull them from underneath the robot just like that. And these wires to have like a clean, nice kind of working spot up top. We'll just flip this around and then take these wires. We're gonna put them through this hole over here. So what we want to do is connect these wires. I'm gonna use M3. Let's just use M3. You can use whichever plugin you like. It depends on how your code is. You can change your code to use whichever plugin you like. So I'll just use M3 for this. Once it's connected to M3, that's good. I'll take these wires, the mustard wires, and this thing here for the encoders. It looks like this. It comes in the kit as well. All the kits have this. So I'll just connect the colors where they should be connected, which is red with red, blue with blue, black with black, and yellow with yellow. So just connect them accordingly, how they should be connected. So let me just do that now. I'm just gonna route it through this little hole over here and then connect it to one of these encoders. So these encoders over here, it counts from like 0, 1, and then this is 2, 3, and then there's 4, 5, and 6, 7. So I'm gonna connect it to 0, 1, which is the first one from the left side, where it says minus, plus, AB. So yeah, over there, just pull it nice and neat like that. Pull it underneath. Now all the cables are connected up here for the motor. They're now connected all up here. So now let's give the Titan quad cable to connect to the VMX Pi, so it gives the VMX Pi power once everything's connected. So I like routing my things from the bottom, so I'll just pull it under. I like neatness when I do robotics, so yeah, just pull it under. Grab the cord from underneath, find the hole, pull it from that hole, and put it in the power cord just like that. As you can see, it's connected. The power is connecting. It connects right here. It connects right here. So it's all connected. And then we have like this green and yellow wire. It's super important that you use this. Otherwise, the code will not be read between the two modules over here. So what we're gonna do is connect green to green on the Titan quad. It's written up here green and then here yellow. So just connect green to green. and then we'll connect it to over here in the Titan card. So yeah, let's do that. Now that's done. All the wires that we need connected up top are now all connected. We no longer have wires on our table, so we've used all the wires. What we're gonna do is flip this robot over, and we wanna do some cable management. Basically make it all neat under here. Not really, but I'm just gonna bundle everything up and just zip tie it under. So I have a bunch of zip ties right here. I'm just gonna take a few zip ties and just zip tie all of this. So without further ado, let's do that. Now that everything is zip tied, this is as neat as I'll take it. I'm just gonna take this and just snip these off, the extra external pieces. Just snip them off. And this is gonna go to the garbage, so we're done with the cable management underneath, so there's no wires hanging down when I lift it, and it's not the best, but it's neat enough. With some of these wires, make sure you don't mix them, because I was told that frequency sometimes messes up the wire's ability to work perfectly. I haven't had that problem. I used to just bundle them all up in one bunch. I didn't have that problem, but just for safety and for what they told me, let's just keep it that way from now on. Just have them separate. So yeah, that's what we have. We're now gonna connect this wheel. We're now gonna connect the wheel to the motor. We're gonna use these, which are spacers. There's two of them. These are spacers, and the second longest screws that we get in the set. So I'm only gonna use 2 screws. It's wiser to use like 4, but as I said, when you connect like opposite sides, for me it doesn't really affect too much. When I connect opposite sides, it holds well enough. So there we go. And now I have 2 more screws left on the table and one more part, which is this 3D printed part that comes with the stack robot kit. I'm gonna mount it there. So let's use our last 2 screws to mount this 3D printed piece. Like that. The last thing to do is now finally add the battery and connect it as it should be connected. again. Just wait a few seconds and then open the control station console. Add in the secret code 10 12 34 2, enter. Wait for the shuffleboard to load. Open that there. We're gonna pull this aside because my smart dashboard, I don't know why, but the encoder values don't read here. I'll just leave this on the screen just to show you. But the encoder values will read here for me if I pull the smart dashboard out. So it will list if I had, let's say, multiple wheels, it will list all of them here in the encoder value there. So this wheel in specific is gonna spin autonomously for around 4 to 5 seconds and then stop. It's gonna spin at the speed of 50%, not full speed. So I'm just gonna hit E. I'm gonna put it in autonomous mode first on the controls console station, which we want it to be on autonomous, and then we'll hit E to enable it. You can see the encoder values are reading over there. I'm gonna disable it now because it's done, it's stopped. I'm gonna hit E again and then you guys will see it moving. There we go. It's that simple. So all of that just to make this little wheel move. Let me show you from a different angle. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. If you're new to this channel, like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the content, drop a like, drop a comment down below on what you think we should improve on, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Goodbye.